joining us now, though, to take us through the biggest showbiz stories of the week is Hayley Palmer, and also sport as well with Aidan McGee. So come on, Hayley, give us a bit of showbiz.
Well, I want to talk about Kelly Brook because she's been in the tabloids this week saying that she feels a lot better in her 40s than what she did in her 20s. I mean, when you think about what she did in her 20s, well, she actually started her modelling career when she was 16. She did page 3 work. She was always in the FHM, being the sexiest woman in the world. And she probably had a lot of pressure on her to look a certain way. And she says she looks back at those photos and says, actually, I didn't feel good then. I was always on a diet and I felt miserable. And now I'm in my 40s. She's married Jeremy and she's really happy. And she says that it's like a relief. And I think there is so much pressure in your 20s. You don't really know who you are. I mean...
And equally, she was very famous, and then she was doing the Big Breakfast, wasn't she?
Yes.
On Channel 4. Big leap forward for her. And I think it was a lot to take in. And I think she had a tough time there. I thought she was brilliant. I've got a lot of time for her. But it was difficult. So I could see now why she say, I'm confident. I know what I'm doing. I've got what I want. So good for her.
Do you think, Hayley, that when you get into your 40s, you'll be happier than you were in your...
Yeah, when I get into my 40s, I'll be a lot happier, but that's a long time yet, so we don't need to worry about that. But she's also put her name up to present Romance Retreat, which is the Love Island for the over 40s. She said, I really want to do that. So I think she'd be great. I quite like her bubbly person.
Maybe Aidan can tell us how happy you are when you're in your 60s.
I was just about to say how charming you were, and then you're going to reverse it all with that. Goodness me.
Yeah, were you happier in your 40s than your 20s, Aidan?
No, I was happy in my 20s, also happy in my 40s, had a pretty good 30s. I enjoyed my teens as well, thank you.
Yeah, what's happening?
Just happy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just
He's
a
a really
joke-telling, happy kind of guy.
What's happening in the tennis? Can you tell us
In the
anything
tennis,
about
yeah,
the
we just had a result with the women's singles final. So Elena Rybakina took the first set, but she was superseded by Arina Sabalenka, 6-4, 3-6, 4-6. So huge result that for Sabalenka, because Rybakina was the favourite, and she'd been number 22 seed as well, because she had points from winning Wimbledon last year weren't allocated to a ranking, which meant that she had to be ranked at number 22. So she got a really hard run through, but it's finished today. As I say, she lost in 3 sets. Should also mention Alfie Hewitt, British success down under. He's won the wheelchair singles as well, his 7th Grand Slam title. He's from Norwich, so he lost the last 2 finals. He's beaten Takita Oda, and so hell of a morning for him.
And the men's final tomorrow. Indeed,
yeah. Novak Djokovic against Stefanos Tsitsipas. I think Djokovic will be fired up after what happened last year, but I wouldn't rule out Tsitsipas. He's won 10 matches in a row in January.
Oh.
Now,
Hayley, deal or no deal?
Oh, the best news ever is that it's coming back. I'm living for this. I used to absolutely love it. Aidan told me earlier that he loved Noel's house party, didn't you?
Yeah, I quite like Noel's house party.
Did you? You didn't put a bid in when he was doing Mr. Blobby online selling?
I do know someone, an old colleague of mine, lived next door to the creator of Mr. Blobby.
Really?
Bit of trivia.
I mean, we love your fun facts. Anyway, it's coming back, and the host is going to be Stephen Mulhern. So I'm very happy. I think he'd be really, really good at that role. So bring it on. It's coming back after 7 years. They're recording 20 episodes. It's going on to ITV, and my life is now very complete with that news.
And somebody who's looking for a deal might not get one. Rick Astley there suing a young rapper.
Yes,
What's
I
this
actually
about?
have listened, or I've watched the video, and it's not good what he's done. Like, for me, those iconic songs you just don't play around with. They are brilliant as they are as an original.
Really?
Yes, but...
Yes, Rick Astley never going to give you up.
I'm with you.
Thank you,
Never gonna
Esther.
give
Hang
you
on.
up.
Sure about
Yes,
that.
but
Never gonna
there
fuck
was a controversy in the late 80s where Kylie Minogue came out of Neighbours. She came to Britain, recorded I Should Be So Lucky. She was in the same Stock Aitken and Warman stable.
Yes.
There was a controversy at the time that when you slowed the song down, it was Rick Astley's voice. The suggestion was that it was just Rick Astley's voice sped up.
I think you're just starting.
No, I'm not.
Love there.
Yeah,
One of his
anyway.
songs.
No.
You don't mess with that song. And speaking of Stock Aitken and Waterman, there is a series at the moment. It's part 2 tonight, and it's a fly-on-the-wall documentary on Channel 5, and it's just brilliant. Part 1 was last week. I loved it.
So what did they say? So what are they doing? What are they talking about in the document?
They're reminiscing, going back through all the Stock Aitken and Waterman magic that there was, because everything they touched turned to gold. I mean, they had hit after hit after hit with your Kylies, your Jasons, your Sunitas, your Rick Astleys. You know, it was good times.
Rather
All
beyond.
positive, or is there any bust-ups in there? Any deals that did happen? Is that what we're going to look into?
Yeah, no, it's
that?
good to see what happened behind the scenes, because because obviously there was a lot of magic happening, but also a few things going on there. So definitely tune into that one to watch tonight.
And you had an encounter with the Beast.
Yes,
this
from the
week.
chase. Yes, when I
And
met him.
did he put you through your paces?
I told him I was an 80s music genius, which is probably the wrong thing to say to someone like the Beast from The Chase. And we recorded something from my show where he asked me questions from the 80s. Let's just say I wasn't as good as I thought I was.
Well, you wanted it to be multiple choice, didn't you?
Yeah, I made him change it to multiple choice.
So
yeah.
out of like maybe the 5 or 10 questions, how many did you get right?
I got 4 out of 5, so actually
that's good.
I was sweating. I had to put deodorant on afterwards because I was like, the pressure got to me.
Anyway, let's have a prediction from you, Aidan. What's going to be the biggest shock in the FA Cup this weekend?
I think Accrington might turn Leeds over.
Really?
I do.
Now,
It's 1-0.
Right, I love this kind of David Goliath story, the sort of small local club beating the big club.
But what does everyone know about Accrington Stanley for, though?
That advert.
I was
With the
gonna say
Milk
ad,
Marketing
yeah.
Board, 1989, yeah.
Well, I think the teams in the top league who lose to lower league teams, they should have a week's wages deduction. If you're in the Premier League, you shouldn't be losing to a team in.
And give it to the team you've
Yeah.
lost to, because
Anyway.
it would mean a lot to them. Aidan, thank you very much indeed. Hayley, thank you very much indeed. I can't believe we've come to the end of the show. Thanks for being with us. Loads of views still coming
absolutely.
in. We will see you next week, and up next is Alistair and Friends. Don't go anywhere.